got his big tusks are already visible, but they are now linked by a curved line of teeth that shine pearly white in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Your best bet they are. He doesn't say anything more, although he does seem to be kind of he's studying you intently, but almost waiting to see what you do next. He doesn't seem panicked.
Right.
He seems quite self-assured in the situation. Silas, and this is at the point where Talia was walking over to Silas. Talia and Silas, give me perception checks, please, to see if you determine or notice this conversation as it begins happening.
18.
Yes, you both absolutely hear this conversation that Shallan and this troll have struck up.
I mean, it seems pretty.
Yeah. Again, so like, since obviously I'm not hidden anymore, I'll like stand up and I'll actually like put the bow, like withdraw the arrow, and put it back and hold the bow at my side, basically like in one arm, and then say, "Is it all right if we pass through your lands? If need be, we can go around."
Our people not be friends, Caldorai. There be more Zandalari be taking your scalp for finding you traveling through here.
Is there a better option? A safer way?
He kind of tilts his head left and right, as if considering. He says, "What you got of value that you could offer as tribute for safe passage?"
What do I have?
Oh, this lovely dwarven speciality.
Yeah, that's the only thing we have plenty of. I have this full plate.
Full plate? Stuff like that.
Jesus. Do I have any? I do have gold on me. Oh wait, what the shit? I have a ton of gold. Oh, right, because I still have all of the ones from the split of the sword.
Yeah.
You have all those for the sword?
I'm not sure if Zandalari use gold, but maybe you're going to
I guess
know
that's a good question. Do they, like, is gold of value to them? Would that be?
Yeah, like gold the metal. Like gold in the sense of the currency is like the coins and
gold.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, so like they would value the gold and coins, but only in the sense that they're made out of gold, the metal. Like they value anything of equal weight of gold to the coins as much as they value the coins. The coins themselves aren't like.
Why would gold be worth more than? Because it's kind of a worthless metal in terms of
jewelry and stuff.
Yeah, it's but like when it's minted into currency and so on, it's just. I mean, I guess it wouldn't really be worth much more, but you know, it's
I do happen to have this full plate made out of gold.
It's purely just
because like gold is super malleable. Like you can bite a piece of gold and it bends. So
I mean, they wouldn't use it for weapon, but they might use
it
for
conductive
alchemy
as well,
or for potion making or for spells.
The gnomes use it for
gold
making mechanical inventions.
Yeah, because it's not conductive at all. It's a dead metal in terms of that.
Gold is hyperconductive.
Gold's very conductive. If you build like gold,
or am I thinking of something else? Okay.
You're saying gold is not very reactive.
Yeah, so it's completely inert, but it's for creating like electronics.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's very.
So yeah, I do then offer like a small pouch of like 50 gold or something that I have.
As well as 50 gold. Okay, so you like.
And then a silver dagger. So again, we are traveling rather light, just with food. But I give like a silver dagger, like I pull from my side.
Okay.
A silver dagger and a small pouch of gold.
Really only have weapons.
Okay.
Literally,
I have
nothing.
a few spare rapiers, you know.
Okay, he reaches out towards you with the tip of his spear, like non-threateningly, but for you to like hang the pouch of gold on like the tip of, and then brings it back over to himself with balanced dexterity.
The dagger, like I have a blade, so like in my hand, held that.
Just throw it at him. Okay.
No, I just.
So he brings back the gold. And like opens the pouch and kind of keeping an eye on you, peers in curiously, and then like pulls out a single coin and examines on it, and then does indeed bite it to determine its 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 value, and says, "Oh, well, give me a persuasion check."
Mm.
What do we Chris doing that?
Okay.
These aren't Zandalari lands. I mean, they might think so, but like it's not like.
Like not strictly this far from
So,
like
Killer.
No?
Jinthara lore and no, the hinterlands are full of Zandalari trolls.
Okay.
Like Hirawatha, Zunwatha, Shadra Alor, Jinta Alor, those are troll
Oh,
systems.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the
It was a
persuasion?
It's goddamn
Persuasion.
good.
I'm keeping up my role and expertise here.
We're just warming up. It's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, my first roll was much better.
Okay, he
got
says,
19, no, since then it's been like shit.
He says, okay, well, he says, this be enough for one, maybe. What about your friends? And kind of like looks down to
Yeah.
where Silas and Talia are. Speaking of Silas and Talia, what are you two up to at this point of the
So we've heard
conversation?
this whole conversation,
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm standing up now, by the way.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you could probably see me.
Mm.
but I thought it was just we couldn't put it too dark. Not that it was like.
Yeah,
Oh.
like no, standing up like by the moonlight and so on, you can probably like, and having heard the voices quite clearly from their location, like squinting through the dark, you can make out the figures.
Okay, just for me. Okay. I'm kind of like quietly talking to like I guess Talia when they talk about like offering tribute. I kind of like and I'm like, we're not gonna give them fucking much, are we? They're trolls. I don't want to give anything that we need for the trip away.
It's only some golds. We'll be glad. Only have to sacrifice that much?
But do you think they'll just actually leave us be? Or just perhaps come back for more if they know we have money? Perhaps in greater numbers?
Probably. It really depends on this particular troll's disposition. His strength in numbers. And there could be one, there could be 50 of them up there. I wouldn't have a clue.
If there were 50, on the same day to just kill us and take all our stuff?
This does seem like particularly nice orc from what I've heard of the Zandalari. Troll. Same thing, orc troll.
Okay.
Particularly nice troll. So,
Yeah.
would guess he doesn't have much reinforcement. We could try and strike the first blow.
I think we should be ready, but see if Shalan's able to, I guess, talk her way out of it first.
Okay.
But I don't want to give up. I don't want to let it be known how much we are carrying. This much gold could prove a
Right.
great temptation.
Alright, yeah, I start like going into my gold pouch and like I have like 2,000 gold. I'll do I'll shake over 200 into a smaller pouch.
So really quickly, by the way, like they're doing
Yeah,
that.
sure. So your response
So
to
I'll
the-
like, I'm like, of course, and I'll pull out like the remaining amount of my actual gold because I have a lot in platinum in a different bag,
Sure.
more hidden, and then I extend that to him to put onto a spear again.
Yeah, he reaches out again and how much gold have you given him this time?
It's an additional 106, which is all the gold that I have left.
Sure. Okay.
And
Give
actually,
me
it's all the gold I have left.
And it's not technically a lie, so give me
Exactly.
another persuasion.
Maybe
check.
they don't even like platinum, It's not that
Right,
useful.
yeah.
Sweet.
God, please.
No, that's better.
How would you roll?
Solidly better than a 3.
A 20, okay.
Solidly better.
Yo was holding out on me, Caldor.
Fucking
This be much better. And he says, and he continues, "Yeah, be having safe passage through the Zandalari lands." And he reaches up to the top of the mask he's wearing across his face and plucks loose a feather, and then leaning forwards and extending an extremely long, gangly troll arm towards you, hands you the feather.
Yeah.
He says,
And
"If
again,
you be."
I like bow towards him as
Says, "If you be bumping into any more of my people in your travels, Shut the fuck up, Ian. If you be bumping into any more of my people in your travels, show them this. They let you pass, or they be dealing with my wrath.
Has anyone,
I graciously take it and say, thank you.
has anyone ever asked like the fucking world design what the fuck they were thinking when they
When
made
they made the
sound
trolls, yeah,
I think-
no.
Yeah, it started out as like a joke, maybe.
I mean, it's like it's you know it's back in an era when there was no such thing as racism.
It's true.
He says, okay, you take it, and he
Social
says,
consciousness. Yeah.
"Good luck on your travels, Caldorai. Hopefully, we not be seeing you again anytime soon." And he nods and straightens up, and as he straightens up, you know, like a number of other bushes nearby, or like even slightly farther away, straighten up as well. And he begins leading a troop of 10 trolls, like back up the side of the slope.
And I just watch them go. Grateful that I didn't try to attack him.
Okay, yeah, they all leave. If you watch them for long enough, you might like see where they go, but you know, they might
I
take
mean, I
offense.
watch to make sure that they're going, and then
Yeah.
after a minute, as they start to like leave the field of vision, I just return back
Sure.
to the party,
Okay.
holding the feather. Right? He gave me.
Look what I bought.
Well, I'm just like,
Yeah, it's like a long tail feather from some kind of exotic
It's a-
bird.
Oh, it's a
believe
troll
I
tail.
brokered safe passage.
Excellent. I hope it
Well
didn't
done.
prove too costly.
Some gold, but it's fine.
Probably worth the convenience.
Did you see the sheer number of them when they left? We would not have made it otherwise.
Yeah, unlikely. Yeah. Why? So what's that? So that's the hinterlands, right? That they like kind of all increase. But once we're like into the Outrek Mountains, that's not their land anymore.
I mean, who really knows? Like the Zandalari land is not. It would not be like drawn on a map. It's more or less
But
wherever they
roughly.
feel like going and asking, you know,
Okay.
and enforcing. But yeah, like strictly speaking, they don't have any settlements known or mapped outside of or like major settlements known and mapped outside of the hinterlands. But
Okay. Cool. Just I mean, just roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be. Hopefully, we can rest a bit easier in our next few couple of days travel at least.
cross the river. Oi, there, this be Guru Bashi
Right.
land.
Wait, Gurubashi Berserker. That's a troll.
Yes,
Like,
isn't it?
but it's like he mutated.
No, you're right. He's one of those, like one of the big weird mutant. Yeah.
Oh.
So I was thinking of the Amani
Mani
Berserker.
Berserker.
Yeah.
But he's from Zuluman.
Getting closer.
Alright. Yeah, I say, gotta say, this whole thing, this whole situation confused me so much. First of all, these aren't their lands. Second of all, they lay in ambush. 10 of them against perhaps their most hated enemy, and then are fine with a bolt? Leave us be? He must be pretty convincing.
I just kind of shrug.
Yeah.
These are strange times.
Talia's right. I think at least we should definitely be careful just in case they
Oh, of course.
decide that it is worth coming back for the rest. I don't know if it will necessarily be the last we see of them.
And I do, so like I grab it and I'm like, well, this is the token that he gave. And I extend it to Silas as the kind of unofficial leader.
Sure. Put in my
Slash
big hat.
More
You
of
want
a,
my big hat?
he's more of a people person than I am, that's for damn sure.
Okay, I'll put in my
Charisma
hat.
11? Charisma,
What do you think, based on how I interact with you guys, my charisma is? Why do you think my
I'm
charisma
guessing
is?
12.
No, it's 8, man.
Oh, Jesus. I think...
Well, I don't. I'm meant to be shit at talking to people.
He has a
Tali, what
feat,
is
so
yours?
I don't know.
But I've got the hat that the feather goes in.
Yeah, I figure it kind of works for you anyway.
I technically have a 15 in charisma.
15.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Why aren't you the voice again?
I don't know. I mean, he is the unofficial leader. Like we're just his accomplices.
Yeah.
You don't have to have charisma to be. Whenever something needs doing, I'll tell Talia to go have a word with him.
Okay, done.
Okay.
Now that
so,
I know who should be doing the
I
talking.
bet this fucking feather is like, please rob us. We have gold.
So this all
that would be amazing.
Please
This
either
all
Like the
occurred
equivalent
in
of
the
a
middle
kick
the
me
night.
sign.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So this all occurred in the middle of the night.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, no one's long rest was interrupted. No one was awake that long. But you do, I guess.
Yep.
Shallan continues her watch.
Yeah.
Finishes.
Oh,
it.
I do.
More-
I do make a point of
attentive.
saying like, oh, by the way, Alice, I do apologize for the rude awakening, Masters. Oh,
Don't worry, I'm sure I'll have to wake you up at some point.
be looking forward to it. But you must teach me this whole spy talk sometime.
Cheese can't.
Jeez.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Is that what we called it?
That's what we called it, yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, cheese can.
dear God. Okay, I like it. Alrighty. Yeah. So then after my shift is done, I'll wake up Silas, much
Yeah.
more lightly than Talia did.
Nice, nice. Yep.
Oh, you
Go
also-
on.
I used
Cool.
like a very small pebble aimed at his head.
That's fine. Yeah, when I'm on watch, yeah, I'll wake up. I'll wake up Talia normally and be like, "Not tonight," and go to sleep.
Well, no, I think Talia went first. I was
Yeah,
in
I
the
think
middle.
it was
Oh,
last.
Talia
Yeah.
went first. Oh, okay. And just wake you up for the good morning. Jack.
Yeah.
Like 6 a.m. Survive and shine. No, when when they wake up naturally, or when sun starts to get decently high in the sky, I'll wake them up. And they continue.
Okay. Um.
Can I tell what kind of bird the feather came from? Because in like the light, possible to find like no.
Give me a nature check.
16.
You're not sure of the exact species from a single feather, but it's long and multicolored. It's some kind of tropical bird, probably like native to like the eastern end of the hinterlands. It's like kind of red, green, and yellow. The bird probably had like a wingspan of at least 3 or 4 feet. Like it's a long feather from a large bird.
Wait, is the eastern area of the hinterlands like tropical?
Down by the sea, yeah, more or less. It's quite jungly.
Weird. Okay.
How climates doesn't.
Yeah, I was about to say like we're fucking like mountain ranges, snow given.
What you don't really get to appreciate on this map is like the way that actually there's just like lines on the ground that denotes a complete change of climate. Whether
It's like biomes in Minecraft, you know? Like
Yeah,
you just
exactly.
go from a snow map to like greens.
Yeah, and so
Pretty great.
Yeah. Well, the like the bit labeled the overlook on the map is like obviously quite like altitude-wise quite a lot lower than like the area of Airy Peak, if only because those are like high mountains and the overlook is like by the sea. So the Hinton's does like slope quite steeply down that direction over its course. Oh, I just saw there's a place called Stormfeather Outpost. I should totally have made it a Stormfeather. I don't even know what that is, but sounds.
yeah, I was wondering that when I was looking it up. Like, so I wonder if it's
that would work for me because I'm Stormlight, you know.
Yeah, go for the
Storm's all
For
Stormfeather.
homies. Yeah.
But no, it's some kind of colorful thing. Right, so you guys awake in the morning and continue your trek up Chillwind Pass. Let's see. And have an uneventful day. The first day, it's going to be.
Can we survival? So? Can we survival?
Oh yeah, so you may survival.
Should I border rolling
Can
8 or you
someone
guys
eat
got it?
me?
Yeah, Jackie, you help. Oh,
I
anyone
have a
can help.
+5.
You don't need to in this edition, do you? Just
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
just-
Yeah, you
yeah,
just
yeah.
say you did it.
Yeah,
I will both help.
Okay. Let me. Yeah. So I do have aid, so I have advantage.
Yes, you're
Double
eight.
advantage.
Wow.
That's for advantage and a
Yeah.
+5. What?
Wow.
5 and a 4.
God damn, man.
Yeah, so the Chillwind Pass is a little worse for a little worse for hunting than the lowlands you passed through were. Now you've reached some altitude. The weather's getting colder again. The wind is chilly, and Shallan is unsuccessful by lunchtime at having found anything for you guys to eat without slowing down the pace of the party.
You just eat right.
You could bank on like taking more time with this in the afternoon, slowing down the passage, but guaranteeing finding something, or you could eat the bread.
Yeah, maybe we should do that because we're not sure if we can actually hunt something in the Forsaken Land.
So you're
Yes,
suggesting we continue to like slow down and hunt more?
Yeah, I think so.
Sure. Make a
Cool.
new check.
Okay. No, it's the same check. It just with the 10 it means you have to slow down in order to successfully find something to hunt.
Yeah, it's completely worth it. I'm not in any rush.
Oh.
Well, not in any huge rush. But we might starve to death.
During the night, I do have a conversation.
Jack, should I bring you back onto the Lordaeron map, by the way, or you did that just like lag you horribly last time?
Maybe, I mean, that seemed to be.
Let's bring you back. Let's see how terribly it goes.
Seemed to be fine.
Seems to be fine. Okay.
So, how long do you think it'll take to get to Chillin Camp?
Probably a couple more days travel, given how the extent to which you're slowed down today.
Right. Well, during the night I do have a conversation I want to bring up group or campfire.
Okay. Yeah. So you progress. You camp in the end by the river, and nothing has occurred all day. More or less, it's been a pretty quiet day of travel.
Excellent.
Yeah, I say, by the way, there is another matter I would like to discuss. We have seen each other's combat experience. We
I'm glad
know
that
what
was
each
there,
other
not
are.
somewhere else. We've seen each other as something.
Okay, now.
We know what each other is capable of, more or less.
More or less.
But I'd like to know about your knowledge of the enemy. I, for one, have only had experiences with orcs and goblins. None of them trying to invade our lands from us. Yesterday night was one of the few times I've seen a troll, and I've never had experiences with the undead. But I do not know what I'm walking in.
So it's a good point you make there, Talia. I myself, I mean, I guess I know a good amount about Forsaken, right? But they fucking attacked you on AS for like years.
Yeah.
It would probably be the most knowledgeable.
Yeah. So, in terms of the undead, my people were attacked by the Forsaken for a long time of my life. It's like, I mean, do I know? I mean, how much do I know about them, Chris? Right, that's gonna question. Like, do I know like just like kind of stories, or do I know what they're actually like? Or I ever like, I was too young, I think, when I left. Like, actually 40 instantly.
He's taking off his
Oh,
headset.
Chris, god damn.
No.
What's up? Sorry, what were
I
you
was
saying?
saying like obviously I was, I remember going to some, you might know some stuff, but do I just know like stories? I don't know like what they're actually like. I mean, I've never fought it because I was too young when I left, like Guneas, I think. So like how much will I actually know about them? I just don't know what's really realistic. I don't know like how secretive they are, how much is common knowledge.
No, it'd be pretty common knowledge, dealing with like the major races of the Horde.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
they're like
assuming
cultural
first
stuff.
They wouldn't they would at least said something before going in mission if I had no fucking idea what stuff was. So like for instance like Forsaken, they're like basically just kinda like loyal to Sylvanas, right?
Yeah.
So they don't
Microphone
really care
activated.
about the Horde or the Alliance or whatever. They just do what she says.
Microphone muted.
Yeah, but she is the war chief now. So.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying their loyalties. And like, is it stuff like, do you need?
I mean, some
silver
would
there?
definitely be loyal to the Horde, but like,
And are they intelligent?
probably... Yes.
As intelligent as normal people.
Yes. Wow.
Okay.
Okay. I mean,
Just because they talk like Jesus, man.
I mean, they're literally undead. Undead are generally quite stupid in a lot of things.
wow. Generalization much.
Oh, a scourge.
Well, they
stupid
do.
because they're
They do
intelligent.
often have a habit of going insane because of.
Scourge dumb AF.
Well, Scourge are undead. Why is Scourge dumb enough for Forsaken not?
They don't have their minds.
So
Well, they got the same
that's
minds as
what
they
I
had
see.
when they were alive.
Forsake, okay, but they get crazy often. Jacko said.
Jacko said.
Jacko said.
Yes, they do.
Okay. And in terms of other Horde, like, I'm assuming they're just like kind of just like normal people, right? Most races.
It's almost like there's no reason to be fighting.
Exactly. I mean, we're not until they fucking betrayed whatever his name is.
And we're
Not Anduin. Alright, so
Oh,
so
yeah.
so yeah, Forsaken, undead, smart, but then basically devoted to Sylvanas. Do you need silver to attack them, or they just get hurt by normal weapons, like normal mortal creatures?
Forsaken? No, they're hurt normally,
Okay.
I believe. Just because otherwise their player characters would be ridiculously overpowered.
Once you
Right.
damage them enough, they go down as if they died.
But can they be brought back again and again? Like if a Forsaken dies,
I
can they
think
just be
so.
resurrected? Yeah. But like anybody can be resurrected as a Forsaken or no?
The Worgen can't.
Okay, lucky us. Anybody
But,
else?
Easier or harder to bring them back?
I think humans are the easiest for some reason, but
Because humans OP.
Hmm.
And by that I mean stupid. I don't think.
Okay. So like the Horde and the Forsaken. Like I mean I know the Horde I remember, but the Horde and the rest of the rest of the Horde and the Forsaken.
Mhm.
Like do they kind of just do they like the Forsaken? They kind of like, oh shit, why do we have to work with these fucking undead weirdos?
There's a lot of distress.
Yeah, the Forsaken are probably like the edgiest outcasts of the Horde as a group.
Who are all edgy outcasts. Yeah.
Who are all edgy outcasts, you got it.
And so what about other people in this land? So like the Scourge are the enemy when we get like
Yeah, Scourge are mindless
the
undead.
plague lands, right? But like are they also just have to, is it like, you know, we can just kill them normally, or is anything special needed for them?
Depends on the exact thing you're fighting.
But is like silver sometimes good against them, or is it just like magic?
Yeah. Silver is sometimes good against it.
So yeah. So and I know, and my character knows like a decent amount, knows that it's not just like
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like regular ghouls and shit are, as far as I am aware, pretty
okay.
like, well, regular. You don't need
Blood
anything
ghouls.
special to deal with them.
But
Yeah,
is it-
exactly.
Is there any like obviously we might encounter like other races, but the main race like in Tirisfal is all Forsaken and Scourge, right?
In Tirisfal, just Forsaken, no Scourge.
Okay, but the Western Plague lands, that's
Plaguelands, Scourge, and like maybe anyone else who's passing through, but they're basically all scourged up.
But I mean, are there any orcs or any people like or Torvin in like the Tirisfal?
In Tirisfal,
Few
like I mean,
orcs defending like the Zeppelins.
yeah, and I mean, like the Undercity is a horde city, so
Sure.
you know it's like it's mostly populated by Forsaken, but you see night elves and stuff in Stormwind, so and dwarves, so you see
Yeah.
orcs and trolls in
Okay.
the Undercity. But
And orcs are basically just like humans, right? They're just ugly. Like they're yeah.
And stronger.
Sure. But trolls are like generally actually evil. You said, Jacko?
Neutral evil.
And more like culture than like not like
Okay.
like race.
But
They,
is that not? That's true about the orcs as well, right? Like, are they just more?
Yeah, they're more aggressive for shizzle.
Let's see what
And
it says
Torvin?
about
What about? See, Torvin always confused me. But Torvin look like they should be
Yeah,
alive.
Torn are chill as fuck.
So why are
but,
they a horde?
They are OG buddies with the orcs, so they're the kind of feel like
But like, If
so would these be
like
considered jungle trolls or ice trolls or
Jungle troll.
The trolls you've met? Yeah, jungle trolls.
okay? Oh, did I never put in their stuff? What the fuck?
The interesting thing about the trolls, like they used to be the race, and then they evolved into night elves. And then dwarves came, and then humans came with it.
God,
Yeah,
so
dwarves
they're the
might be.
originals.
Or
Despite
the
it's
forest
Jamaican.
troll, I guess that they changed from the 3.5e to the
Yeah.
So forest
Yeah,
trolls, yeah, horde or independent. Ice trolls, independent. Uh,
But so Torn are pretty chill. Like, could you like, but like, they're still like, if a Tor and someone alliance, they'd still try to kill them, right? Like when the Horde and alliance were currently fighting, or would you better be like, hey man, we go our separate ways, we're both chill boys.
Thorn would probably be the least.
Unlikely to attack you on sight. Yeah, they're pretty pacifistic on
Okay.
the whole. They do make formidable warriors. But like Bane Bloodhoof, for example, who's the leader of the Tor, gets on has gotten on pretty well with Anduin in the past, in like occasions where they've interacted.
Okay, good to know. But yeah, I guess I would in game. So if we want to go back to that, I'm like, yeah, for most of I'm assuming during our journey, our most common foe will be the Forsaken. As they attacked my land for many years, I have a good knowledge of what they are and what they are capable of.
Have you
I do
ever,
not think we would be able to talk our way out of a engagement with them like we were so successful this time.
I do not think so. Have you ever fought them personally? Do not wish to delve too deep into your past. Might be
No,
useful.
we decided. I can check my backstory, but I'm pretty sure we decided I was quite young when I left like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy little boy.
So you never served in the military of Gilneas, or?
No, I left to. We fled the country when I was too young to serve.
And what of you, Shallan? You are learned. Or
Mostly,
more
I
of
guess.
the Forsaken than I do.
And very possible most of what I would know about the Forsaken is just from cursory study of them. But is there anything I can roll for or know more or above what has already been said from my studies?
Of the Forsaken?
Yeah, I mean it'd be I'm guessing it wouldn't be a lot. So, I mean, I guess elves are brought back as Forsaken as well, right?
Yeah.
Or is it
No, I
says
don't
that
think
in
it's
the Forsaken
much.
stuff?
Like, yeah, I mean, you could, in an academic sense, you could be aware of the history of the Forsaken, but nothing like militarily useful.
Exactly. So that's what I say. It's like I would know more about them as a group, but nothing about their culture or military abuse.
Do you know if they are more vulnerable to moon's lights than? Always a rumor I heard, but
Specifically, they, when targeted by spells that would normally heal us, they are damaged by such, and necrotic type damages that normally would injure us would actually heal them.
I use
That
the
much I would
Phoenix
think I would
down on
know.
the boss, Chris. Phoenix down.
The idea of like if I cast the holy light on you, you heal. Then it actually,
yeah.
because they're undead, I don't.
Phoenix
have much.
down, Sylvanus, job done. Good old Final Fantasy tactics.
Right.
Enough, plus.
And what of your, I guess I would call it military experience? Unless have you ever been in combat role before with the SI7?
I've trained for quite a while with them, and I've undergone jobs that undertook me to involve me in light amounts of combat, but it's never been my focus.
You, Shallan, you are a trained sister, but you ever fought to defend our lands or anything?
Not on the front lines. Maybe small skirmishes along the way on my travels to Goldshire, but nothing more.
suppose we are pretty. All three of us are pretty similar in that respect. Never had to face anything like this before.
No, I think the hope is we don't actually engage in too much combat during the mission.
I just want to prepare.
I know,
for
I
worst.
agree. I'm sure that won't happen. We'll see plenty of action. We're not lucky enough to have walked the entire length of Lordaeron and not engaged.
As you say that,
No.
Especially
I don't think
considering
you guys are having the chat around a campfire right now. So.
Yeah.
especially considering we have not gotten a night's rest without getting interrupted.
That is true.
That's so not true.
That is
Plenty
true.
of nights,
It's
right?
true. You should have heard the farting fucking Talia did the first night. Oh my god, kept me up all night.
Every night I throw a rock at his face.
Every fucking night.
This, conditioning.